right, this is a picture of her on her 86th birthday.
She was a wonderful mom.
A table full of memories of a grandmother and her family.
When she sees her great-grandbaby, she just lights up.
A long life Evelyn Hall is slowly forgetting because of a debilitating disease. Her late husband saw the signs first.
But then there were other little things that he would tell us about that we really didn't pick up on, that she was getting Alzheimer's.
Frances Vaughn is Evelyn's daughter. To help manage her mom's illness last year, she placed her here, an assisted living facility called The Social at Savannah, a place she prayed would keep her mother safe. This past April, this happened. Watch as a caregiver pushes her 89-year-old mother against a wall.
Oh. Oh.
Pulling the great-grandmother's frail body out of a wheelchair by her hair.
Oh.
Sitting on top of her.
And what was your reaction when you saw that video?
I cried because it was horrible. When you sit there and look at it, it was awful.
The person who recorded the video is June Campbell, another caregiver.
At first, you know, I'm thinking she's just trying to detain her. But after I kept watching, and she hit her and banged her head up against the wall, I was like, nah, this is too much.
June says she made a split-second decision to record instead of step in because she feared the facility would sweep it under the rug.
I chose to videotape it to show the daughter what exactly is going on. If I would not have videotaped, it'd have been my word against theirs.
The incident allegedly in response to the aide, Renee Smith, asking Evelyn to change into pajamas, state records show. The great-grandmother refused. The aide wouldn't take no for an answer.
She could have just walked away, but she didn't. She chose to stay there and fight with the lady.
According to a state investigation, management failed to report the alleged abuse to law enforcement when they first learned about it. Investigators also discovered staffing shortages the night of the incident. An internal email cited in the state's report calling it a staffing crisis.
I was incredibly shocked.
Mike Prieto is the family's attorney.
If they were unable to provide sufficient staffing, then you bring people in from wherever, or you notify the state, or for goodness sakes, let the families know.
Thrive Senior Living, the owner of the facility, declined an on-camera interview. In an email, a spokesperson wrote, "It was deeply saddened," and called it an isolated incident that in no way reflects the character of its professionals. Savannah police arrested the caretaker seen in the video 50 days after the attack. But she wasn't the only one banned from the facility.
Can you believe they banned me?
June says management told her she was not allowed back inside the facility after the state's investigation. She wasn't a Thrive employee, but she did provide personal care for another resident there. June's boss was told by Thrive she was banned for yelling at that client. Not true, says June. Her boss and her former client's family don't believe the company either.
I know what it is. It's retaliation. And that's all it is, retaliation.
The ban means lost income for June.
Oh, it has made a big difference, a big difference.
How so?
Living paycheck to paycheck, pretty much.
Miss June's kind of the hero here because, but for her actions, this would have been swept under the rug.
To me, June has been the best caretaker for everybody that lives in that building. Because even when the aides were busy, June would step up and help out.
Knowing that it's hurt you financially, do you regret what you did?
No, I'd do it again. Because I look at it, that could have been my mother, that could have been my grandmother, that could have been anybody's mother.
Thrive maintains it never banned June from the facility, but the company does admit it prohibited her from working in the community until she addressed concerns related to that unrelated incident. June says Thrive never called or questioned her about it. Ms. Hall did not suffer any significant injuries. She's now in a different facility, and her daughter says is doing well. Earlier this week, her family filed a lawsuit against Thrive alleging neglect. Thrive declined to comment about the litigation.